All right, and I am back. Welcome back, y'all. I'm John Norgrove. This is Gaming Jive. We're live every Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and Thursdays at 9 a.m. Why? Why? Because I said so. That's why those are the times that work best for me. Even though technically this week that is not the best times for me. It's what we did anyway. And so we're catching back up with good old Weregram. So this dungeon has now needed to be bloody redid because we upgraded our equipment, and apparently the dungeon didn't like me doing that. Whatever. Whatever. It might be because this is a capstone dungeon, but like I have no bloody clue, man. So I don't remember what we were talking about before. Oop, oop. Stuck on an invisible there. It's fine. Um, I remember exactly what we were talking about before, but I think it was movies and like Rebel Moon and all those other awful ones like that. So, yay. Yeah, I don't know. Best werewolf movie. What do you think best werewolf movie is? Maybe that um that Disney black and white Disney werewolf one.
There's
Remember that one?
also that like World War II, I think, werewolf one, where it takes place in France.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
horror movie. That was really,
That
really
was
good.
really good. I kind of forgot about that one. Totally. Yeah, dude.
I mean, of course, there's the underworld movies.
Yeah, like okay, they're not bad. That is 100% not what I'm saying. But like there's no way those are the best werewolf movies, right? Like that's like saying Resident Evil is the best zombie movies. Like they're good zombie movies. Some of them are good zombie movies. But like in general, they're certainly not the best zombie movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are fantastic zombie movies.
Yeah, they're great, man. And they're even better if you're in my opinion if you're a fan of the franchise, right? But like if you're but if you're like if we're just talking zombie movies, like it ain't even on the list, bro. You know?
Yeah,
Like not at all best of the best. And so I would say the same thing about the Underworld movies. Like they're all right, dude. Like they're not bad by any means, but like they're also not the best. Another franchise with diminishing return, right? Just like Resident Evil, where like the first few are like pretty good, man, and then they start getting real, not so pretty good.
I mean, there's a lot of franchises like that. I would say most.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that totally. For sure. Yeah. No, I don't know. That World War II one is pretty good. Honestly, that World War II zombie one is pretty good also. Overlord? Isn't that zombies? Because that's like gloop zombies. Overlord is a better Resident Evil movie than Resident Evil is. Because because Overlord is they found an underground gloop, right? And that secret underground gloop was protected by the town's whatever the heck. And then come to find out the town's whatever, like that underground gloop turns you into zombies. Isn't that the plot of like RE7 or something? So like
It's like a Resident Evil prequel.
Yeah, I'm saying it could straight just be like it could just be that like the Resident Evil movie for that plot. You know, for whatever RE7 or whatever the heck it is.
Yeah.
You know? What are we gonna do about this? 100% for standard for 8 seconds, up to 6%. Fortifies you for 2%. And shapeshifting into an animal form where bear grants 2%. I don't care about that. What's this guy doing? I don't care about that either. And this? Fortify, thick hide. Wherever you are stunned, immobilized, or knocked down, fortify for 10% of your maximum life. Okay. 5% chance to instruct to fortify you for 4% of your maximum life. Okay. Reduce the duration of control and parrying effects. To dump the power into. Or I'm just gonna do Toxic Claws, right? Like, who cares about the rest of this stuff? I already got all that. Of course, it goes to cost 3% more spirit, but deal 5% increased damage. Yeah, I don't care about any of that at all. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna dump it into when I critical strike, you do poison damage also. Yeah, whatever. Actually, what is this instance of me critical striking here? 11%. That's not bad. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, man. Like, I'm trying to think. Is there so we've got a World War II zombie movie in Overpower, absolute banger. We've got a World War II werewolf movie in that one that's like in France, set in France or whatever. I'm trying to think, is there a World War II vampire movie? Oh, the one where that chick's a pilot. Remember?
Yes.
With the lady pilot and the
Yes.
baby?
That was very good.
That was so good, dude.
Yeah, that was surprisingly good.
Yeah, that was another one of those like absolute. That one we did see on Shudder.
Yes, I think one was probably a Shudder original.
It may have
but
been.
it could have been like a film fest movie.
Oh, sure. Totally. Yeah. It was really good though. Yeah, that was so much fun. I'm trying to think, is there like another World War we don't have a World War II mummy movie. I'm trying to think if there's like enough movies to do like a World War II Universal Monster franchise marathon. Right? So cuz what's the franchise? The franchise is Frankenstein, Wolfman, Mummy, Dracula,
Invisible Man.
Yeah.
And Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
So we don't really have a World War II themed Invisible Man movie. Do we? No, I don't think we do.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't believe that we do.
It might exist, but we don't like know about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that we have one of those. And I'm trying to think what's the other one. Definitely not Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Right. And for the most part, no mummy movie. I feel like I've seen a World War II Frankenstein movie, but that could totally be halluc. Because I feel like there is one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This totem's just like a rock. Nice.
There is, it's called Frankenstein's Army.
Is that the one where they're like, if they like find like
it's basically Overlord, but Frankenstein.
But Frankenstein's, yeah. I think we've seen this actually,
We have, yeah.
and I don't remember. I think it was pretty good actually.
It was pretty all right. It was better than we expected for basically being like almost a dupe of a different movie.
Yeah. Oh.
So there is a World War II Invisible Man movie.
Is there?
But we have not seen it. It's called Invisible Agent, and it was made in 1942.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. I'm talking about new stuff. 1942. That's during the Universal Monsters. You can't do that. That's not how that works.
Fair, okay.
Yeah, you can't do it that way. So whoever's doing these badass World War II movies, get your shit together, guys.
There's not really a World War II era Jekyll and Hyde movie, but like honestly, I think that would be, you could totally do that.
Yeah, I mean, I know that like whatever they did that dumb Tom Cruise mummy movie to try and like we're gonna revitalize the Universal Monsters. We know what we're doing. Something. Like nonsense. But I kind of don't think you could do it. Like, I feel like Jekyll and Hyde. You know what? I think peak Jekyll and Hyde was LXG.
I mean, there's not really a lot of media out there that's Jekyll and Hyde, so like you don't really have a lot to choose from. I think that of all of them, Jekyll and Hyde has the least amount of media, and then it's Invisible Man.
For sure. Well, there have been several remakes. They just recently did one. I mean, not recently, but like within the last decade, yes. Right? And there's the one with Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
Which is pretty good.
But that's pretty much it. But tell me about a remake of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah. No, he's a side character in LXG. That's the last time.
Yeah.
And that's another movie. Let me tell you, audiences suck. LXG was awesome, and everybody who disagrees with me is wrong. It's okay that you're wrong. We still love you. Happy birthday. But, like, you're wrong. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was so good. That movie fucked so hard, dude.
I know how much you love that movie.
It's so good. It's so fun. Let's just have fun about stuff. I mean, this isn't rocket science. Yeah, you could easily do a World War II. I mean, I think, like, World War II, Invisible Man would be easier than World War II Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
Disagree. World War II Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is low-key the story of several actual people that were in World War II, as we have learned from the Fat Electrician's channel.
That's fair. That's fair.
Basically, you've got a mild-mannered guy, and he needs to, like, kick butt, and he takes a thing, and it turns him into an absolute unstoppable monster.
Yeah.
Basically, Dr.
But you have to... okay, but under that logic, hold on. Under that logic, we have a ton of fantastic Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde movies. They're called the fucking Hulk franchise. Bro?
I'm saying that out loud.
Right? Like, because you just described the Hulk.
You make it dark. Like, he gets back from his tours and he can't stop taking the stuff.
The juice or whatever.
They turn it into a bit of a...
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want... you don't want to, like, World War II hero... World War II hero comes home and is now, like, terrorizing the village folk. Like, that's not gonna hit.
No, but you could do it.
Yeah. I mean, you can do anything.
I mean,
look at Rebel Moon.
You could do it kind of like how the werewolf one was, where like they live in the town. So like this guy is like a mad scientist and he lives in the town, and in order to like save his town,
yeah,
I would
if in my mind, if you're gonna do World War II Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I think that the best way to do it is to do to basically do almost the same thing as Overlord, where like have like a bunch of Americans have like the intro first act of the movie, American soldiers show up and are like, we got to stop these Nazis from doing dumb Nazi shit because Nazis suck, and so they like stop the Nazis from doing some dumb Nazi shit, but like in the process they like find a Nazi scientist who's doing like a bad thing or whatever, and or maybe they like find a soldier who's about ready to like drink a drink, right? And they like stop him somehow. And
Yeah.
then like whoever the captain is like injured and like whatever one of the Nazi scientists they got that is like, you have him drink the drink and he'll be saved. And they're like, we don't trust you Nazis. And he's like, nah, trust me. And then he drinks the drink and he gets all like Mr. Hide It Out or whatever,
Yeah.
right? In fact, you could even do it as a medic. That would be even better.
Um, yeah, I think that would totally work.
You know?
Okay, well then how do you do a World War II mummy?
Mummies. That's the easiest one.
Okay.
World War II happened in Africa, bro. You literally just do.
Tell me.
Yeah.
What is the movie?
That's Nazis are looking for secret. See, this movie you do the like Nazis are looking for secret, like secret occult stuff because Nazis love occult stuff.
They sure do.
You do like Nazis are looking for secret occult stuff, and oh boy, that's just solved, huh?
I mean, actually, wait a minute. Is a World War II mummy movie low-key Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Kind of, but there ain't mummies. I mean, like, I guess there's some mummies, but they're not moving around.
Mummies?
Well, yeah, they're not like doing stuff. There's just corpses.
Like, technically, what is supposed to be in the Ark? I don't remember.
Of the Covenant?
Yeah.
The
The
10 Commandments and some like herbs and stuff and
so like not
the holy maybe the chalice or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so
Whatever.
not a dead body.
Definitely not a corpse. No, I don't even think parts of a corpse. But also I don't know.
Yeah. So like if you assumed that there was a corpse in there, I would say that you could argue that Raiders of the Lost Ark is a world.
Well, there's definitely not a corpse in there. There's definitely not a corpse in there. And again, mummies are Egyptian, and Ark of the Covenant is
the mummy
Christian
is Egyptian, but mummies
Jewish
aren't
thing.
just Egyptian.
No, I know, but you got to do an Egyptian mummy. Get it? Come on, man. Oh, what are we doing here? Right? Are you gonna tell me you're gonna go see a mummy movie and it's like not like a mummy? Get
Dude,
so out of here.
I would love so much a mummy movie to be based on the mummies that they have found in like the South American Andes.
Oh yeah,
that would be,
no, hold on. You can totally,
so good.
you can totally do that. I think that's a great idea, but you can't do the mummy movie that way. You got to do some other mummy based shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like the same mummy.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, I would definitely want to do, I mean, technically, if you did like end of World War II, American agents are chasing down the Nazis that escaped Boys from Brazil style or whatever that's called, where they like escaped to South America.
Yeah.
And then like that was and then they were doing a thing to raise up a new undead Third Reich army using the secret powers of South American mummies. And so a bunch of American agents have to stop it because the Nazis have teamed up with South American mummies. You could do that. Yeah. Now that I've said all of those words out loud, I could write that script. Yeah. So like that would be tight, but also like I feel like people would be like, but like, where's my regular mummy? I
mean, but those are mummies. Also, screw those people.
They are mummies. And it's like different. It's like new mummies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, let's make it different.
Yeah. I'm not against that. But we don't have, but I would also argue that would be like post World War II stuff because that's like the Nazis escaping after the war ended. to not be held in
No,
Nuremberg trial stuff.
and like
Because like the like in field, like if you really wanted to do like a during World War II combat thing, right? Well, I mean that's when it
I
takes
mean, it
place.
doesn't have to be at the beginning.
No, I'm not talking about the beginning, but like if you really want like big World War II battle sort of energy out of it, doing the African theater would be really interesting. Just because you don't have a lot of that stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like except for like whatever Indiana Jones, um, but you know what I'm saying? Like I think you could easily do
That
traditional
would be really cool.
traditional Japanese mummies would be, or traditional, excuse me, Egyptian mummies would be like super rad,
Yeah.
you know? Um, so yeah, man, I don't know. But like, but what if you did Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde set in, you would have to toe a tenuous line of this sounding racist.
You haven't even said it out loud, and I'm just like, don't be racist.
It's not racist. But what if it was the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde World War II movie was set in Africa, right? And like the captain of the American squadron gets injured fighting back these Nazis, and the Nazis have like some sort of uber tech nonsense, the standard, like, look at the Nazis have all this technology, and Americans are like, well, we've got fists and you have a face. So good luck with that shit. Kraut punches, right? So if you did something like that, they're like they got a big thing, and the Americans are like a small like a small little ragtag tough team of boys that parachuted in, and they like do their first attack. Like have it start with like 100 dudes or like 75 dudes, and they do their first attack, and like 50 of them or like whatever, like most of them die. So we're down to our like top 10 or maybe even like top like 5 guys, so
Yeah.
sort of again how they did Overlord,
Yeah.
where like a bunch of dudes died real early. And so you start with that, and then you have them like be uh like the captain or the doc, right? Have Doc get hurt because like everybody loves Doc. You can't hurt Doc. So Doc
Yeah.
gets hurt, and they like escape, and like while they're escaping they like find like some sort of like they like escape and stumble upon like a hidden African tribe, and like the like medical person in the tribe, the shaman, if that's how they want to do that, is like we can save him, but there's like a cost, right? Because we can only save him using this like warrior thing that'll make him like a warrior, like when he's like activated or whatever. And so they, you do like language barrier, describe. We got to save Doc, so they save Doc or whatever. And then like the next time they go into battle, he starts like getting real weird, hulks out a little bit, absolutely saves the day, and they're like, what the heck? So they like go back because now this like tribe is like their home base, right? Because it's like up in the hills or some nonsense,
Yeah.
or like in a glade or whatever, pretty scenery shit like that. And then they're like, oh, this is like the like warrior's brew, we'll like preserve him so long as he like if he gets injured as a man when he turns into a warrior, like a beast, like the Mr. Hyde part,
Yeah.
he survives, or he like heals up or whatever, you know
Yeah.
so they give him like more of the juice or whatever. They're like, but it's super dangerous, and he's like, I need more of it. We gotta stop these Nazis from doing dumb Nazi stuff. And they're like, all right, good luck, buddy. Hero sacrifice or whatever,
Yeah.
like that kind of thing. So like you could do that, and then the like Dr. Jekyll Mr. Hyde serum that he takes is some sort of like African go juice.
Yeah.
That would be kind of rad. So that way you could cover that theater,
Yeah.
you know? So I'm not against that. Heck, you could even do like a mer people thing in the Pacific Theater.
Oh, and add a new one.
Well, it's just a monster. I mean, the I know there's like a base Universal Monsters, but like, we can add on to it.
I mean, I don't know these. Okay, Universal Classic Monsters. Let's go. Because I'm just like, what other classic monsters are there? So we got Dracula, done.
Yeah.
Frankenstein, done.
Yeah.
The Mummy, done. Invisible Man, done. Werewolf, done. Got a bunch of Phantom of the Opera. Not always considered part of the Universal monsters, but that's because he's like
Isn't that just like a dramatic theater kid? Isn't he just like a regular theater kid?
Yes.
But he doesn't got like he don't got no like superpowers or nothing. He's just got like a messed up face. But isn't it even not even messed up? I don't actually remember what's
No,
happening.
it is messed up.
It is
Half of
messed
his
up.
face is burned.
Okay, so but that's just like a dramatic theater kid who's like, I'm a little scarred and I can't do plays anymore, so I'm just gonna like still alive haunt this fucking theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
And then there's one more after that.
You could go somewhere with that. Isn't there a movie that's kind of like that though? Isn't there one?
It's Phantom of the Opera.
No. I'm talking about a World War II movie where like an American soldier is like in a French town and like injured real bad, and he like goes up into the bell tower and it's like sniping Nazis and shit. So what? It's like in a small French town, and he like falls in love with the farmer's daughter or whatever the hell.
Oh,
remember that one? He's like the only one alive and like absolutely murders so many Nazis, dude.
Yeah.
He like saves this French town. I think he dies in the end too, which is totally Phantom of the Opera. And he's mad injured up. That's straight Phantom of the Opera, my dude. What are you even talking about? Everybody around him's dead. He's injured by the war. He uses a church to kill. It's like so close, dog.
I guess it is.
Right? It's like right there.
But there's like, I mean,
there's no singing. I guess.
No singing.
I guess. But are we trying to make this? Does Phantom of the Opera require musicality? These are the questions we have to ask ourselves.
It's true. All right, last creature. Or well, there's two actually. So there's Hunchback of Notre Dame, also part of Universal Monsters.
Sure.
I think that works better for the movie that you just described.
Well, no, because the Hunchback isn't injured seeking revenge.
Yeah.
Right? He's born with I mean, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, I'm going to tell you the World War II movie that is Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Okay.
All right, that's X-Men. Remember when they were born different kind of people and then put into a place that concentrated their numbers, and then he used his magic powers to murder a bunch of Nazis? It's the best Hunchback of Notre Dame story is the very beginning of the Sir Ian McKellen as Magneto X-Men movie. There you go. That one's already locked in. Just watch like 10 minutes of that movie.
The last one is Creature from the Black Lagoon.
A swamp monster.
Now you got. I mean, you can do Creature of the Black Lagoon basically anywhere.
That's fair. That would be good in the like Pacific if you did it on one of the like atolls, but then you're not killing Nazis, and the point is to kill Nazis.
I mean, yeah, but like World War II wasn't only Nazis.
It wasn't only Nazis, but like we should, as a people, instill in America a hunger for punching Nazis again.
Yes.
Right? So, you know, whatevs about that. But yeah, Creature of the Black Lagoon. I don't even know, man.
I mean, you can do it anywhere.
Is there a foreign movie where like Russians are killing Nazis and there's like monsters? Oh, no, that's a short.
Yes.
That's a short, yeah. What do we feel about this? No. I want to be high-speed grandma for like while I'm not damaged. Let's see. What can this become? Yeah, man, I don't know. Where would be a good place to do Creature of the Black Lagoon? I mean, if you're gonna do Creature of the Black Lagoon, like I feel like if you really want to do like a kind of horrifying one, like a real horror movie, Creature of the Black Lagoon, have it set in the like trenches.
Oh, yeah.
You know? I mean, I know trench warfare was like also World War One hot, but like have it just be like World War Two trenches or whatever. But have it be set in like World War Two trenches where like because the Creature of the Black Lagoon is like a dude who gets dead, and then nature is like, not yet, my dude, and he
Kind
comes
of,
back
yeah.
and like murders. That is so easy to do in like like that would be delicious trench warfare.
It
Like
would be.
start off straight like Band of Brothers level World War II movie, right? And then like our main character dies, and he's just like, but not like this. Nature is just like, not like this. Whatever. Have him be like he cares about flowers or something.
Yeah.
And Mother Nature's like, not like this. And then he comes back just straight like tentacles murdering people in the trench and stuff. Be very cool.
Would be fun.
Right?
Well, I guess we're going to be watching monster movies today.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because now I am so in the vibe.
It's hold on. So. No, we're not.
Creature from the Black Lagoon would be a really good, like, Pacific Theater on the atolls.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It would be so good, Pacific Theater on the atolls, right?
Actually, when I'm thinking about that one, I'm like, Vietnam. That's the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, but again, we're trying to keep it World War II, and this is where so like this is where you hear me say all the time, like limitation breeds creativity.
Yeah.
If you were to and like if somebody from Universal ever hears this, the statistical likelihood is functionally zero. But like that's like the solution to reinventing your Universal monster franchise is like make them period, give them a very clear like the point of these movies is punching Nazis. They're action packed. They're horror. They're rated R. We're not doing this family friendly nonsense. Like make them scary movies and make them good, full of action, full of like not like violence for the sake of violence, but like have them be violent. They are monsters. A mummy should be frightening, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, if we learned anything from the best mummy movie, put a little sex appeal in there. Hire a hot or two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Give them some swagger.
Yeah. But like make it fun. Such a great example of this is like look at Overlord.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's just like that movie really kind of, in my opinion, sort of came out of nowhere. And they're just like, what if Nazis were doing zombies and also we punch them? And you're like, I mean, yes. What? Of course that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? Now, I guess. I don't know what's utility. No, I don't care about that. Yeah, let's do this one here. Movement speed, trample, cooldown, teach you to grade gate. No, we'll do that. Let's do that. Yep, we're just gonna do that. We're just gonna take that one. Yeah, man. I think like if and like don't do like you don't need to do, oh, this one's got vampires in it. And then at the end of the vampire one, be like, but also werewolves exist. Like, my dude, we know what's happening. You don't need to like you don't need to like touch my butt about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need to be like, we're setting up a franchise. Like, yeah, if Universal Studios puts out a movie involving any of these creatures, like we get it. We know what's gonna happen. And also, I would take a page from Marvel's lesson and like don't start with the mummy. In fact, I would do the mummy dead last if you're gonna do a mummy movie at all.
Yeah.
And that's just because, like, that would be like, oh, we're going to do a Dracula movie. Okay, everybody knows Dracula. So you are setting yourself up for failure so aggressively. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't Don't just be like, ooh, we're gonna Dracula for the sake of Dracula right now. Like, not at all, dude. So high risk. I would be like way more like start with Creature from the Black Lagoon or start with like let's just do that guy there. Like start with like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Start with one that like not that like nobody cares about. I'm not trying to poo-poo those, but like start with like a chill one.
Yeah.
And then show up and be like, all right, like, look how good we can do this without gilding the lily, without being like, oh, universe. Don't ground it in reality. It's it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's a mummy movie. It's vampires. They're not real, right? So why don't we take that down like 14 notches?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just make it like, oh hey, we're doing cool, we're doing this cool whatever, and it's got like some fun action, and it's got like enough internal universal sense to like make sense, right? And if you want to make it a franchise, which again, I'm not saying you should make it a franchise, you can just make movies, right? And then deal with franchising later, right? First you invent a good burger, then you invent McDonald's. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you don't start off trying to build McDonald's. It's not going to work. But, like, if you're going to do that, right, you do whichever one you want to set earliest in the universe.
Yeah.
Right? The way that I would position myself from a franchise standpoint is I would position myself as, like, okay, we're going to start with, let's say, like Swamp Thing, right? Because like that's so random, right?
Yeah.
So like start with Swamp Thing, and then go like, okay, now that I've got Swamp Thing done, right? And like have Swamp Thing be like very beginning of World War II. Then you can do this other one. Then you can do this other one. So like do them across World War II, and which would mean that you would end with Mummy in South America, South American mummies, right? And South American Mummy, no connection to Brendan Fraser absolutely being the best mummy fighter on Earth.
Yeah.
Right? So like don't even include them, my guys. Like don't even include the like African mummies, the Egyptian mummies or whatever. Sort of a thing. And then your franchise is this is the story of, like, it's not connected universe. Blah, blah. I'm a terrible writer, right? But it's just like these are events that occurred across World War II.
Yeah.
Right? And the like run of movies is a franchise culminating in the Boys from Brazil style stuff. Right? Then if the franchise is super hot and everybody's quite into it, my guy, then what you can do is you can be like, oh, well, now we're going to do a movie set in the 60s, right, in America, or the 70s in America, about an American organization that is like trying to hunt and stop the things that we discovered during World War II.
Yeah.
Right? Which is like a way cooler way to wrap those up. And that's when you can include like some of the more like esoteric, some of them are still alive, the vampire's still alive, whatever. Save vampirism for like mid card, because everybody knows vampires, right? Everybody knows like Vlad Dracul.
Yeah.
So like save vampires for mid card. End with mummy, mid card vampires, mid card werewolves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that way you're again, you're like in quotes franchise is more like a temporal thing. Like have each movie take place at specific key moments in World War II.
Yeah.
But you also like you need to make sure that like your monsters aren't like this totally negative thing You know, like you want them to be like scary, but like you also want to be able to like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde can show up in the later team up movie that's set in the 50s or set in the 60s.
Yeah.
You know, because like he's still alive, right, and working for the U.S. government because like every time he turns into Mr. Hyde, he's bloody, or yeah, every time he turns into Mr. Hyde, it like ages him back to the day he first took the potion,
Yeah.
you know? And like he's reverse engineered it so he doesn't have to take it as much or some nonsense, but like, you know, it makes his Hyde powers even more like if you needed to ramp him up for like justification's sake,
Yeah.
you know, or whatever. But you see what I'm saying? Where you're like, are we going in the right direction? Yeah, okay. So like if you did that, then your like your whole universe is basically set up as this like I mean you would get dude, you could get 10 movies before you hit the year 2000.
Easy. Yeah.
Easy. Honestly, maybe even 15. And period pieces are super hot and frankly, they're easier to do.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
they're
saying?
fun. You know, they give like a they give like a vibe to them.
Yeah. Well, it think of it like a coloring. It's like a tone thing. It's like a color tone. You know how you like base tone that painting that you started because
Yeah.
you saw that guy online. He was like, everything I do is like Old West, so I like base tone in like ochre or whatever, right? So it's like that thing where it's like, oh well, now that's like base tone in ochre or whatever. Then you're able to like, ooh, like now we can like sort of move forwards with just the script writing part because like the set setting and theme are already like there,
Yeah. Totally.
you know. So like that's what I would do for those. That's what I would do for those. I'm gonna take but another break, y'all. So I will be refreshing the coffee and taking a wee one and be back in just a little bit. Catch you guys later.